What is up, guys? Crusader Cat here, and today I'm bringing you guys another mystery box unboxing video. I'm arranging my boxes real quickly. Hold on. Alright, so in this episode, we're going to be unboxing the the Nerf Zombie Strike Doominator. This is a pump action blaster that relies on a pump to fire, and it is known for its 4 rotating barrels triggered by this trigger right here. So going over the box here, we have some artwork, custom artwork made for a guy firing the Doominator. Here you can visually see all the 24 darts that you'll be firing out of this bullet, and it says age 8 and up here. Going over the box, it has a little front view of the Doominator displaying how the barrels rotate. Instructions here showing you how to reload, spin the barrels, and put the pump grip on. And then a little description showing the Doominator. So without any further ado, we are going to take my handy dandy scissors and we are going to unbox the Doominator, praying that I can actually unbox this right. Recently, there is a Halloween special. I guess they predicted to be like some kind of Halloween special or something, but currently I got this blaster at Walmart for about 29 bucks. So I was able to use my gift card on it to get virtually a free blaster. But for the month of October, it is worth double the amount of points it is on the Nerf Perks website. So anyway, once you cut that open, everything should just slide. Let's see if I can get a good grip on it. Alright, there we go. I had to use 2 hands for that. And here is our Doominator. So now what you want to do is you're going to take your scissors again, and we got some stuff to cut. So careful down here, you got some of this, I guess this, actually it's not plastic, never mind, so you can cut that if you want. You know, don't cut, I didn't say anything about cutting it. So what you get inside the box is you get the Doominator itself, two barrels unattached, all 4 mine are attached, as you can see right here. You also get the foregrip, and you get 24 darts. I'd say 18 of the darts, yeah, 18 of the darts are already loaded in because I'm going to do a loading demonstration and a firing demonstration for this, as usual. So, how you work this blaster is, if all your barrels except one are loaded, you just pump this, you push this trigger here, which will cause the barrels to rotate, and then you slide the barrel in each dart into each of these holes. A flaw with this blaster, there's not many flaws with this blaster, but one of the major flaws of this blaster is sometimes if you don't push the darts in all the way, the blaster is going to misfire, and then that is going to mess you up. So now that all our barrels are loaded, then all you have to do is, we're going to switch to the leg vision, as I call it. There we go. You take your blaster, pump this forward, and then you pull the trigger to fire. And then you do this for the remainder of all your 24 shots. There we go. I need to start learning how to I need a better camera. We will now be moving on to the review of the blaster, starting off with the foregrip. The foregrip is actually much better than I anticipated it was. I anticipated for it to be more hollow than I expected it, but instead it's very solid. It's hard. It's not gonna bend. If you pinch this here, you won't see any bending that much. If you look down here, you can also see a pretty cool display of some of the supports you have to use to hold this in. On here, it's got like a foregrip pattern. Up here, as you notice, we got a little screw thing. This screw thing, as you can tell, is not for one of these things to help, like, you know, unscrew the blaster. Instead, what you can use this grip for is you take the grip, and then you can screw, instead of using this as a pump grip as I demonstrated, you can screw this in, and it becomes a pump grip. However, if you do not like it there, you can, gotta switch to leg vision. No, not the leg vision. You can screw it onto the side of the blaster, and you can still pump it. When rotating the barrels, the blaster will move a little bit. As you can see here, you can see it shake a little bit because of all the barrels moving around. Besides the Flip Fury having like one single trigger to move it, you have a double finger probably due to the increased weight of the 4 barrels. On the top barrel here, this barrel is not going to spin. It will only spin if you prime the blaster, which then chambers the next dart into the thing. And if you look closely here, which I'll bring the camera closer to it, if you press the trigger when it's loaded, you can see this moves, which helps propel the dart farther out of the tube. The rest of the barrels, though, however, they're free spinning, including this one down here. You can spin it a little bit, and here, if you want, like, you could do like when you bring your blaster into battle, you can do like the special grenade launcher spinny thing with it, and it spins for a pretty good time too. And it also helps in reloading it better too. The blaster is actually a little bit smaller than what the box depicts it as which I will show right now. Right here we got 2 spray can bottles. It is about the length of 2 spray can bottles of Fantastics, if they're still around, and Arm & Hammer cleaner. So, the pump grip right here, it is comfortable. However, you can use it as a pump grip like this as well. However, it's advised by Nerf and, of course, the bot and other YouTubers, is they advise you to use the grip because this can get uncomfortable over time with this little bulge down here in the holes. So it can get uncomfortable. This year they have 2 triggers. One of the triggers is to rotate the barrels, and then the other one is the firing one after you pump it. And then back here is a stock. This is a very funky and small stock. It's not the best stock in the world, but for me, I'd say it's alright. It's on the small side. However, if you're a big person, you're gonna have a problem with this. On the gun also, you got some iron sights running down near the priming mechanism. It looks like a pistol sight, actually. I can't really complain much about the sights. I think they're pretty good. The blaster also has a green color scheme. The barrel is orange. The triggers are orange, and you also got the trademark zombie strike tape wrapping around the handle. The blaster has 1 tactical rail that is able to accept optical attachments, for instance this modulus red dot, which can greatly help in accuracy increase, and the teeth are similar to that of the hammer shot and sledgefire, which were previously released zombie strike Nerf guns. Also on the Doominator, and this is becoming a trend with other blasters, similar to the modulus, Nerf designed new tack rail teeth, which is a slope to make sure that the sights and your attachments stay in and decrease the chance of them falling out. I think it's alright, but if you're pretty weak, you're gonna have a hard time getting them out. The blaster has slam fire, which means if you hold the trigger down and you pump forward, you are able to fire your darts without having to pump back and press the trigger, which means you can increase your rate of fire. Here is my personal combination I'd run a Doominator with. I'd run a elevated modulus red dot sight to increase the accuracy, because if you put a lower one on here and you have to look further down with the small stock, it's not really going to help that much. And I also put the grip here so that way it is easier to prime. I will now show the blaster firing. Because the blaster is only able to fire 24 darts, we will be firing off the 24 darts using 24 zombie strike darts. So how to work this blaster is that you load your darts in and you press the switch button if your cylinder is out of ammo. And then you repeat this 3 more times to refill the other barrels with 6 darts. You pull the trigger, and then you pump, and then you pull the trigger to fire. Don't forget the pump. So we're going to be firing 2 of the blasters on regular pumping, and then the last 2 we are going to be firing on slam fire. Alright, so we're going to adjust the camera again to get a better view. And there we go. Testing to make sure the camera is going to look good. Alright, so now the camera is good, the blaster is loaded, here we go. Now we're going to be doing slam fire. Last barrel, we're going to be doing half slam fire, half regular fire. Alright, so that is it. We have fired off all our darts, and the Doominator gets a good rate of fire, that is if your blaster doesn't misfire. And with slam fire, if you have steady fire, it can have pretty good accuracy. So now we're going to be moving on to the pros and cons of the Doominator now. Pros and cons of the Doominator, starting with the pros. The grip that comes with the blaster is, I got it, there we go, is able to be adjusted into many different places and customizations, making it easier for those with certain interests. They're able to prime and pump the blaster any way they want. It comes with 24 zombie strike darts. The blaster is high capacity and it has rotating barrels. It has a tactical rail, so you are able to customize your blaster. I've covered all the pros I needed to mention. Now we will be moving on to the cons. The blaster is the stock is very small, and it's going to be very uncomfortable to shoulder for large people. However, this can be circumnavigated by going gung-ho with the blaster and just running like this, and then priming and firing their blaster. The blaster has a very slow reload time because, as I'm demonstrating here, you have to constantly reload each barrel of the blaster. Then you have to flip in order to get the rest of the darts in. After covering everything I think I needed to list about the Doominator, I will now give you my final opinion. If you want a blaster that has high capacity, flipping barrels, and something that is unique and fun for your Nerf arsenal, then I say you should go pick up the Doominator. However, if you do not want an expensive blaster around 40 bucks, or a blaster that has weak range, or a blaster that has that tends to misfire on some occasions, then I say don't go out and pick up the Doominator blaster. But overall, I'm impressed with this blaster. It's pretty fun to use, and I can't wait to use it in the future against some of my friends. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Crusader Ken. Look forward to more mystery box unboxings. The blaster has a very slow... It fell.